So earlier this week, we talked about talent versus story and the unique attributes within that. But now we have to focus on the unique attributes that you possess that will allow you to carve out a position in the market or this entire music industry. So the thing is, you're dealing with a lot of newcomers who are just doing the same things out there. And then you got to deal with the competitive music industry in and of itself. And then you got to deal with the A&Rs or the actual reps at these record labels who sign talent that is mediocre or subpar, which causes the public to view your niche or your market in a certain way, which makes this tougher for you to carve out a unique position. So we're going to need that video from earlier in the week talking about talent and story. And then we're going to have to figure out how we're going to be different with that talent and story. And then we're going to carve out a unique space in this music industry for us. So what this allows us to do is ultimately position us in a place which would make us more unique to the public, which will ultimately say, hey, these guys are superstars, right? That's what we're going to talk about right here on the Music Money Makeover Show. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Music Money Makeover Show. My name is Casey Graham, and it's important to note that if you're going to attack this unique method or this unique way of defining who you are and what makes you unique in the market itself, don't be too gimmicky. I don't want you to get there. I mentioned that in the last video, but let me help you focus on some things a bit. Check it out. So we want to blend our age, our gender, our nationality, and our home location. Some of you all may say, Casey, you're starting to sound like a broken record. No, I'm not. Check out what I'm saying. These elements are integral to who you are as an artist, and they help shape your image and narrative. By embracing these inherent factors, you accept them as part of your unique identity, giving you depth to your music and persona. These attributes contribute to your unique journey and story, reinforcing the belief that your music is a reflection of who you are. However, they are often not enough to differentiate you in a crowded music industry. And they aren't. If you are from New York and you're native of America, but all of your spins are coming from Italy or coming from Botswana or coming from Brazil, right? And you're in New York. Like, how does that benefit you? How do you resonate with the people? Remember, it's all about public relations, relating with your audience, relating with the people. So if the people are relating with you, is it really bots? Or is it, that people can really sit with you and like, yo, I'm vibing with this. So if people ain't vibing with you in New York, but they vibing with you in Brazil, maybe, but I really assume that's bots. How does this really help you? Because now you can't get to that market and tour. So it's important that we focus on where we are. People can resonate with you in these local spaces. This is going to set you apart because if people know you from New York, then they're going to be like, yo, he's from New York, he's from my hood, blah, blah, blah. I don't have to go through this. You've seen this on the channel before, right? But then main genre and subgenre. This is something I haven't talked about. Having a well-defined genre is like having a home in the music industry. It gives you a starting point for your music and guides your artistic journey. Defining your main and subgenre does more than just give you a label. It carves out your space in the music world. It resolves the confusion about where you belong in the music industry and establishes your musical identity. This targeted positioning enables you to connect with the right audience and increase your fan base. So, pause again. Some of you all say that you're genreless. I don't believe that. You have a base from which you drew your inspiration. If you blended those together, it is still from that base. It is very rare that we come across a brand new genre. We might have a new style of the genre, but then that becomes the subgenre. So main genres are very, very, very difficult to create. I don't think we've seen a brand new main genre since hip hop emerged in the 80s. I really haven't. Everybody's really been doing the same thing. And I haven't heard much that was unique since pre-pandemic. We've had drill music, we've had just the fizzle out of trap because that's just like, whatever. And now it's like we have artists who are just trying things to see what they come up with. But it's really all the same once you really study music. So you're not genreless. You fit somewhere. But here's where you may be getting your confusion from. The mood, attitude, vibe, and mood. Music is not just about notes and lyrics. It's about the emotional resonance that it creates. So your attitude, vibe, and mood help shape this resonance, making your music distinct and relatable. They give your music its heart, helping to connect with your audience on a deeper level. By honing in on the mood you want to create with your music, you're not only resolving the issue of emotional disconnect with your audience, but also asserting the philosophical idea that music is a form of emotional expression. This, like I said, is probably where you're getting the confusion and calling yourself genreless. It's because of the attitude, but you still belong to a base. So in order to carve out this unique space in the industry, you're going to need your bases, which is your age, your gender, your nationality, and your home location. And then from there, you're going to need the main and subgenres. Then this is what makes you genreless: the attitude, the vibe, and the mood. In your head, it makes you genreless, but really, like I said, you're not. This helps you to further cause a deeper cavity in your uniqueness, if you will, so that people really know you for this. He's the happy rapper. Like this guy over here is the gory rapper. She's the silky singer. You know, you get what I'm saying? So you get all of this right here. You know, you get all of this stuff built in with mood. This allows you to twist up your main and sub genres. So all of this is going to allow you to carve out a unique space in the game. Now let's talk about unique attributes altogether: vocal, clothing and style, instrument and playing style, lyrical subject matter. All these little nuances change up the game for you. This is your artistic signature. These elements make your music and persona truly one of a kind. Your vocal style, your fashion sense, the way you play your instrument, the subjects you choose to sing about. These are the things that will set you apart from others in your genre. By emphasizing these attributes, you create a unique identity that helps you stand out in the music industry. And this not only boosts your confidence, but also adds authenticity to your music, reinforcing the importance of individuality in your creative journey. We need all of these pieces to make the video we had earlier this week with talent and story make sense. So this is where you add depth to your character, your avatar, if you will, who you are on this planet. This is how you add depth to it, by showcasing the vocal in the most unique way you can. That's unique to you. Like, you don't have to try to be you, just be you, but be the best version of you. The clothing and style, you know what I mean? If I could wear the clothes that I wanted to wear, because on camera, like when you put too much on, like certain lines that you see don't look right in the camera. But if I could wear that so it would look clean in the camera, I wouldn't be wearing t-shirts all the time. You get what I'm saying? So certain things hinder me, and I have to make myself a little bit unique in another manner. Your instrument and playing style is what makes you unique. Like, let's say if you played trumpet, but you have a certain way of playing it that makes you unique. That's what we're talking about here. This begins to strengthen your character. This begins to make people fall in love with you. What makes you not regular, but also makes you cool at the same time, and also makes you fit in with other, I'm talking about the consumer now, other stuff that I've already been listening to. You see what I'm saying? What makes you a little to the left, but not so far to the left that I press skip? You know, that's the ultimate goal. You know what I mean? So now, won't I alienate potential fans if I niche down my genre? We've talked about this before, but I wanted to bring it in again. You might narrow down your audience, but your target fans will be more dedicated because you're offering something unique that they truly connect with. Now, if you niche down too much, as I've said before, like, you may decrease the amount of money you make. So you might not want to be too niche down. And if that's something that you do, and you're restricted to the coffee shop, areas of the world where that's all you do, is you really can play those 50-seater rooms, and that's what you like to do, well, that's what you like to do. I'm not stopping you. I'm saying that everybody's not going to be superstars, and everybody's not going to make a lot of money with music. But the point is, you do what you love. You know what I'm saying? And you showcase it like you love it. Now, what if my unique attributes won't resonate with people? Artistic evolution is a journey. It's okay to try, learn, and adapt until you find your perfect blend. And ultimately, that's the fun part. Finding the perfect blend. You can't get discouraged because people say, I don't like the music. If they're not liking the music, something's wrong. If they're not liking the talent, you need to go to the woodshed and sharpen up. If they don't like the music, go back to the studio, sharpen up that music. The public will tell you, by not gravitating towards you, you're doing something wrong. So you need to analyze, which is something that artists do not do. They don't become critical of themselves, because for most of you all, not all, you all think that you have it together. But you must look at yourself in the mirror, look at your content, listen to your music, critically analyze it, and say, this is not the stuff that hasn't been released, but the stuff that's already been released. Look at what people said about this piece of content and that piece of content, and look how everything was resonating with the public. Draw your conclusions, go back to the drawing board, try it again to make it better. That's ultimately what you want to do. These white slide things came back because you all said, hey man, look, this is great. We like the video, but without these slides, it's not helping us understand. And that was a public relations call I had to make, because I wasn't relating with you all anymore. You know what I mean? So now, doesn't focusing on my genre and style limit my creativity? Well, this isn't about limiting creativity. It's about giving your creativity a direction to help it flourish. Because if you're not in a genre and if you don't have a style, people can't find you. Everything exists in channels in this world. And if we can't find you, who cares about you? You got to put yourself in the mind of the consumer. The consumer never knows what they want. They just want something good. And if you can provide them with something good in the channels that they are ready to receive it in, then maybe the consumer will eventually accept you carving out a brand new channel.
Message.
You get what I'm saying? Consumers don't make the places where they consume the music or the content. They're just ready to consume something. And then you have to come along and say, I want you to consume it like this here. But until you're ready to accept that, I'm going to give it to you in this way so that you can gradually follow me over to where I want you to be, just like a tribe. And that's how it works. Now, get to it. Discover and embrace your uniqueness. Don't let doubt hold you back. Understand your inherent attributes, define your genre, build your attitude, vibe, and mood, and accentuate your unique attributes. That's the whole thing. This is fun. This is creative stuff. I know you love it, but none of this exists without the business. So therefore, I got you covered on that. Because in order to have all of this make money, you're going to need a foundation to receive that money. So check this out. I built something called the 60-Day Record Label Course. It's a framework to establish your record label in a perfect 60-day sequence. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up an LLC with a bank account with some base level anonymity to keep the leakers and the lurchers out of your business. Because we don't want them there. We want a real business so that you can grow. And then on top of that, we're going to collect your international and your domestic record and publishing royalties without the middleman taking 15%. This is totally possible. It's not complicated. It's not hard. There is a magic sequence to this that I go over in the 60-Day Record Label Course. And besides, nobody even has this sequence. So this is really unique to me. There's my unique attribute. Boom. I create systems. Anyway, third, we're going to jump into the contract templates so you understand how the game is played. You can't play this game if you don't know what you're playing with. So ultimately, you're going out here taking firecrackers and fire and you're putting it in both hands and you're lighting them in your hands and you don't know the rules of the game. You're going to blow your hands off. You got to have these contracts and you got to understand how these work because this is the core conductor of the orchestra we call the music business. All right. All the stuff you see down below is covered. BMI, ASCAP, Sound Exchange, the MLC, Music Reports, Harry Fox Agency, Illuminate, All Music, ISRC.com, Music Distributors, and much more. Way much more in this thing. OK, so ultimately, I want you to book a call with me before or after you start. It doesn't make a difference. Either way, I just want you to win. So let me develop a strategy for you to help you win. And if this is your first time watching the channel, grab the free stuff down below. All right. But failure to define yourself looks like this. Without a defined uniqueness in the music industry, you run the risk of getting lost in the crowd. The music world is a competitive one, and artists that fail to differentiate themselves often struggle to gain traction. A lack of unique identity can lead to a failure in establishing a deep emotional connection with your audience, making it hard for fans to remember or resonate with your work. Moreover, never realizing your unique potential could lead to a stagnated career with fewer opportunities for growth and success. We don't want to be there because we want to be here. When you carve out a unique niche in the music industry, you unlock several avenues for success. Your unique position allows you to stand out, gain recognition, and establish a strong, dedicated fan base that appreciates your distinctive style. This targeted fan base leads to an increase in revenue as your marketing becomes more efficient and effective. Moreover, embracing and expressing your uniqueness instills a sense of confidence and authenticity in your work, enriching your music and performance. You start to enjoy a successful and fulfilling career, not just because you're gaining popularity, but also because you're staying true to your unique artistic expression. And that's what it's about. This success story can inspire others and influence the music industry, emphasizing the importance of individuality and creativity in the music. And there you have it. Okay, so we talked about the location, the genre, the mood, and all these things that make you unique. Add this with the talent and the story and the content that we talked about earlier in the week. And now we have a good position for you in the marketplace to make you unique to the public, but also to the eyes that may sign you to a deal if you want that. I don't suggest it, but if you wanted it, it's there. Ultimately, this makes you a unique talent. That's where you want to be. Music Money Makers. If you make music, you should always make money. Log on to musicmoneymakeover.com. Jump into the 60-Day Record Label right down below. Download the free stuff right down below. Book a call right down below. And I'll see you next time. Peace.